So we are going to take this look from day to night, doing like two very simple tricks, which is adding a wing liner and a bold lip, but keeping everything else the same. So a lot of people struggle with wing liner. When you're doing this on yourself, I'd recommend using either like a felt tip pen that you can buy. Kat Von D does a nice one, NYX does a nice one, Maybelline does a good one, or like it's like a little stick that goes into a little pot that you get ready made. I'm going to be using a gel liner for hygiene, but I'm going to show you the basic principle. And if you're scared of going in with a gel or a liquid liner, then you can always try powder, which is a bit softer and a little bit more forgiving if you make a mistake. So whilst you're learning the shape for your eye, maybe start with a powder. So we are going to go in with a black. And to get like the wing of where you're going to start, we're going to start on the outer part of the wing. So we're going to follow the bottom lash line and just look straight ahead and lightly stamp where that line would continue. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just so we know where we're going for. Cool, I'm actually going to use a little bit of a smaller brush. And close your eyes. Cool, it doesn't matter if it's messy, but it just looks red. But we can see we have the outer wing shape. And then we're going to replicate it on the other side, but we're not going to follow the lower lash line. We're going to try and mimic the other side so that we get some symmetry. Symmetry, I can say that. Cool, and they don't have to be perfect, it's just to like elongate the eye. So now we know where we're aiming for. Now you can either start your wing liner right from the center, but this will kind of bring the eyes closer together. I like starting kind of from the midway point just to kind of give your eye a bit more of an almond shape. And I like to go as light and as thin as possible because I just think it's a bit more elegant. And that way if you do mess up, you can thicken it up a little bit. And as you go, instead of going in heavy and then being screwed. I was trying to think of a PG thing to say that. So close your eyes. So I'm going to start from the midline. I've got a very small angled brush, but again, if you have a felt tip, you can just use that. And I'm just going to, as close to the lash line as possible, from midway, line the eye right to that wing. And open. Cool. So there you can see the start of it. And basically, if you do something on one side, do it on the other side so you get the symmetry going. Don't just do one in like one foul swoop, because then it's going to be harder to get them looking symmetrical. So I'm going to go the same on this side. Close your eyes. So just from midway, and like short strokes, it doesn't have to be one long continuous one. We're just going to slowly go out to the wing. And open. So yeah, so there you can see you've got like the shape, the kind of like outline of where you're going to go. Now, before I continue there, I'm going to take a little bit of makeup remover, just on a cotton bud. I'm just going to clean up the edges. So here's a little bit thick, so I'm literally just going to swipe underneath so it's a bit sharper, and a little bit on top so I get more of a defined point. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just so I get the idea and it just looks a little bit cleaner. And then the same on the other side. Cool. So now you have like the basic structure in. It's literally just like a dot to dot. So again, take your liquid liner, your felt tip, your powder, whatever you're using, just close your eyes. And if you start not at the very tip, because that's where you want it to be the smallest, but from very slightly below, and just kind of slowly edge that line down to meet the lash line. And smooth it out, and then open. Cool, and close. And then all we're going to do, close your eyes, is kind of join it along to where we started. So it's one smooth line. Now again, this won't be perfect straight off the bat, so all you get is a cotton bud with a little bit of makeup remover on. Close your eyes, son. I'm just going to tilt you this way. Close your eyes. We're just going to clean that up on the edges so that it is nice and smooth. And we get the tip as kind of fine as we want it. And open. Gorgeous. And we're going to do the same on the other side. gonna be there, and I'm gonna bear this, will it be the other side? Sorry, just making life difficult. So, same thing, not quite from the tip, we're just going to start maybe like 2 or 3 millimeters in, and slowly, little strokes, bring that down. And we're just going to bring that across to meet where we originally started. When doing this on yourself, I would just recommend opening your eyes and checking that they're even and kind of looking how you want. So just open and close. So you can see this one's a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna match this side up and then clean up both sides with cotton bud again. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just keep going and kind of finessing it until you get it how you want it. And then always remember you can go back in with your cotton bud and just soften the edges and neaten it up. Okay. Cool. And because we've brushed away a lot of the eyeshadow with the cotton bud, I'm just going to go in with a bit more just over the top, and I'm going to use that as well to smooth the edges out just with a fine brush. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of black powder on a brush as well and just use that to set the dress. Once again, it'll just soften any edges and set the eyeliner. Cool. And as I've brought this a little bit further in than I intended, I'm just going to line the inner part with the powder, look that way. And then again, wipe away any excess with a cotton bud. And once again, go in some of that eyeshadow just to neaten it up. Okay, and then just to like add a little bit more to it, you can go in with individual lashes just on the outer edge, and I'll just give a bit more of a cat eye. So you can use a strip lash, it's a little bit quicker and less fiddly, but I really like individual lashes if I can get into them, just because they give a bit more of a natural effect and you have a little bit more control of the overall look. So all I'm doing is taking the individual lash, dipping it in a little bit of eyelash glue, and then if you close your eyes then. Cool, so now we've done the eyeliner, we're going to do a bold lip, which is again something people struggle with quite a lot. And the key with this again is just go slowly and do little strokes, build it up. So, nice moisturized lips, we're going to go in with a sharp lip pencil. We're going to do a kind of orangey red lip today to go with the outfit, but I'm going to use a kind of more plummy lip liner just so we get a bit of contrast there. So, all I'm going to do is follow the outline of the lip. Because it's already moisturized, it just makes it that easier, and just small strokes. Yeah. And all this does, is because the pencil's a little bit waxier, is it keeps the lip color in that area. Now, if you want to, you can overline slightly. You have gorgeous lips, so you absolutely don't need to. So we're just going to follow a natural outline. And again, it doesn't have to be crazy sharp. It just has to have like the outline that you want. And then I'm just going to, on the corners, colour in slightly. And just bring that in just a little bit. And that way when the lip fades, there'll be a bit of a background. I'm just going to come to the side. There'll be a background for this to work on. This again will just help the lipstick last for a long time, and again just helping the lipstick space. Just lightly pat your lips. Cool. And then obviously if it's your own lipstick, you can go straight in from the bullet, but I'm gonna go in with a small lip brush. And just focus that on the center of the lip. And again, if it's your lipstick, you can go in straight from the bullet, or if you do want a little bit more precision, you can use a lip brush, which I do recommend for a bold lip. Cool. And then I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of concealer on a angled brush, just like the smallest amount. I'm just gonna use this to go around the outline and just neaten up any areas. And you just use your finger just to kind of like blend it out. It just helps get more of a crisp line. So like here I've gone over a little bit, so I'm just gonna go in, a bit of concealer, lightly blend it out. And again, it's just very like the eyeliner, it's just going in with each either pencil or the lip color until you end up with the effect that you want. And I want like a slight ombre, but not like a harsh line. And there you have a orange red lip. And here we have the look from day to night. We've added in a soft black wing liner, a couple of individual false eyelashes just to really give it that kind of feline effect, and then a orange red matte lip, which will go with the outfit later.